Welcome back to the channel, guys. Dean, Mike. All right, so I figure we get back into the grunge bands, man. That's we kind of left it off with the ones who started it all. I think we need to do some of the bands that kind of branched off of Green River. Steve Turner, he was a guitar player for Green River, but he was only Green River's guitar player for like their first like EP or something like that. And then he left the band. So Mark
Oh,
Arm stayed, but they replaced Steve Turner with a guy named Bruce Fairweather. Um, so we'll get to that. Bruce Fairweather actually ended up leaving Green River with Jeff and Stone, the bass player and guitar player. So the two guitar players and then Jeff, the bass player, left Green River and created Mother Love Bone.
oh,
Um, but Mark Arm, after Green River disbanded, Mark Arm joined Steve Turner, the original Green River guitar player, and made a band called Mudhoney.
okay. Okay, so that's
And
how that happened, huh?
they weren't ever really like a big radio band, like on the radio and on TV or nothing, but they had like a big following. I guess I don't know, just the grunge scene, and then I guess just the determination of Mark Arm and his approach to being a more minimalized punk band still, and sort of remaining true to that whole vision.
Right.
um they they were actually in a movie. I don't know if you ever saw this movie. It had Chris Farley and David Spade.
What?
Yeah, it I
Ah,
know Tommy Boy was one of their big movies together,
right,
but
right.
Black Sheep was another movie that they did together, and
Huh.
there's a scene where Mudhoney's playing live.
What? Wow.
And I
I had
remember
no idea.
seeing. What's that?
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you should check it out. It's pretty funny. Trying to pull up a song for Mudhoney was a little hard. I don't know like everything. I'm not like a huge Mudhoney fan like that, but I do know a lot of their songs. Um, so I chose one of their popular songs that I didn't really recognize. I may have heard it, but I it probably may have heard it like once or twice or something. And it's a song called Good Enough.
Oh, okay.
This is from the record called Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge.
Fudge?
Yeah, Fudge.
That's funny.
Nirvana may have been the band that put an entire generation in flannel, and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden both sold a lot more records, but Mudhoney were truly the band that made the 90s grunge rock movement possible. Says Mudhoney were the first real success story for Sub Pop Records. Their music laid the groundwork for the movement that would briefly make Seattle, Washington, the new capital of the rock and roll universe. They took the sweat soaked and beer fueled mixture of heavy metal, muscle, punk attitude, and garage rock primitivism that would become known as grunge to the hipster audience for the first time, with early releases like 1988 Super Fuzz Big Muff, so that would be their earlier recordings, and 1989's Mudhoney, just self-titled. And those fans would in turn sell it to a mass audience ready for something new. Despite their lack of fame, they've been pretty influential over the years, and they're still a band. Like I was saying in our Green River reaction, they're still active today.
Wow. And that's yeah, that says a lot, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
staying together all these years, that's a hard fucking thing to do, man.
it is, and that just shows. I mean, and it shows that money isn't their like priority, right? It was never something that they were trying to do. They always just wanted to have fun making music
Right. Keeping
and
it
be true
pure.
to what they built.
Yeah. Yeah.
That alone is really respectable and can, I think, make a band last for as long as it can, you know.
Yeah, money can draw a wedge between people, you
Yeah,
know.
it does. And that just like takes away the creativity of everything, you know, just takes
Yeah.
away that pure creativity.
See, it was good enough. No.
It better be.
Yeah. A lot on the table right now.
Not some bad draw. There we go.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. I mean, yeah, it kept the same cadence throughout the whole thing,
Yeah.
except for that breakdown part. Uh, but yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I mean, it's a typical Mudhoney song. I mean, it's a signature sound, right? How the drums come in and then the guitars and stuff. And then his voice. It's all good enough. You know, um, like at the beginning, right? I've made mistakes that I'm sure I'll make again. Guess I like them enough. A lot of people like get stuck. I mean, not get stuck, but like continue to do the same patterns in their own life because that's how they've always lived, right? It's like embracing the good and bad in all things.
Yeah.
That way
Yeah.
you can just enjoy each experience for what it is and not have to expect or anticipate you know, um, anything. That way you're really not let down too much. You're just like, whatever, fucking, it's all good. Fucking, you know,
That's a
it'll
good
heal, you know?
no, that's a good thought. I think that's exactly what he's saying is like that word expectation, to go into anything with less expectation, the better.
Right, right.
That way you're surprised and you're just sort of satisfied. You're just
Yeah,
content.
right. Yeah, and then that's the cool thing too about, being surprised. It's always it's like a fucking present or fucking, something like that. It's just like, whoa, that's
Uh-huh.
cool. Or like, holy shit, we almost fucking died. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this had a really nice, almost like 70s power pop almost sound to it.
Yeah, yeah, especially
Um,
that, deedle, deedle, yeah,
yeah, and then the shakers.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The guitars were, of course, that was very much Mudhoney. The guitars were very wild still. They had that very like distorted, messy sound.
right, right. But yeah, this is a really nice piece. It's real kickback, you know. I like the message. The message is great. I mean, it's you know, it's it it speaks of us as mortal human beings. Fucking like we are who we are. We're gonna fuck up. We're gonna live life. And at the end, it's all good enough. I mean, what else can you say? Like I've made mistakes, and I'm sure I'll make them again. Guess I like them good enough. You know, and he goes on to say, everybody says you must have lost your head. So I mean, at times, yeah, we could be a little crazy, right? And um, that one long part, and there was a time when I never thought I'd get that far. That's how I feel. At 54 years of age right now, it's like, I didn't think I'd make it this far because, a lot of shit has happened.
Yeah,
Um, but the reality of accepting how, everything's all good enough. That's at my age is true to heart. I mean, I can't ask for any more than this. This existence is a blessing, and sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. But you just have to fucking be like, hey, it's all good, man. Fucking,
yeah,
it's got good lyrics. I can really relate to everything he's talking about,
yeah,
um, because yeah, it hits it on the head for myself. I'm not perfect. Nobody else on this fucking planet is, and hell, it's good enough because you know none of us can change nobody. We can only change ourselves if we even allow that to happen.
This was a good track. It obviously got us to think about a lot of really deep, important things, interestingly enough.
Yeah,
Such a simple song it seemed like, but it had so much more to it, I think, than what it seems at the surface.
yeah, yeah. Probably because it's so down to earth. You know.
Yeah. It's so authentic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's the cool
genuine.
thing about Mudhoney being able to touch that. You
Yeah.
know, and you're right. That's probably what kept them together for so long is keeping it pure, making it be all about the purity of the music and not about money or fucking fame or none of that shit. You
Yeah.
know, just like, hey, I love fucking jamming, and hey, let's try this and that and fucking see where it goes, and if it turns out cool, we'll put it on the set list, jam it live and shit, we'll put it on an album, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. You could follow us on Spotify. We have actually we have some extra content on those videos. We leave those uncut, so you get a little bit more out of some of the videos on Spotify. So check us out on Spotify too. All right, guys, we'll be back for another one.